Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is your host Carmina, and we're back for another video in the Lenormand series. For those of you who are not super familiar with Lenormand, this is a card deck, a card system dating from the 1800s, and I would personally say it's the first oracle deck. You see all these oracle decks now of 36 cards. Well, Mademoiselle Lenormand was the first one to take 36 cards from the regular playing cards and assign them a symbol, a name and a symbol, and a meaning. And what is so great about Lenormand cards and why they became so popular is that they're very clear and practical. And in today's episode, we are going to be visiting the card called the snake. And why did I choose the snake today? Well, it's actually also a little Mercury retrograde story because even if I'm into astrology, I'm an astrologer and card reader, that does not make me immune from Mercury retrograde. So, what happened was that I couldn't find a card in one of my Lenormand decks. Of course, I have several Lenormand decks, but I couldn't find one card for a long time. And that card was the snake. And a couple of days ago, because I just had in my mind an image that it was in a bag, I found it in my daughter's room in a bag of her things from when we lived before. We moved where we live right now about a year and a half ago, and I just had this image in my mind that it's there. It's like a bag with some old toys and some things like that, and somehow that card flip-flopped or just ended up there. So I just went there to that bag and I just found it after looking for it like crazy in my own room and not finding it. And another thing that I found in my daughter's room is a snake that she made out of clay a couple of years ago. And she says she doesn't like it. I think it looks amazing. Like she modeled it and painted it herself. So I also took this as an omen because I found the snake card and the snake clay. Let's get into the meanings of the snake card in Lenormand. The snake traditionally, biblically, has a reputation of being deceptive. It has a reputation of bringing on challenges. That's in the Christian traditions. But in other traditions, actually, the snake is said to be the originator of the universe. Like the feather serpent, there are many other myths looking at the snake as something positive. In the Lenormand deck, the snake represents usually deception, challenges, but also complexity. So, like a complex situation, a situation full of layers and rich in meaning. It can also indicate some rivalry, or it can also indicate some manipulative behavior. For instance, by the way, this is a deck called Taisho Roman Lenormand. It's more like with a Japanese flair to it. So when you have here, when you have the bouquet, but then you have the snake. So first the bouquet and then the snake. Then you see, okay, the bouquet would mean accolades and appreciation and kindness, but then the snake following it, it would mean the person has like a hidden agenda. They have like something hidden behind their kindness. There's some interest there, something a little deceiving. Let me choose another deck to show another example. This is a Slavic folklore Lenormand. And let's see here. So when you have, for instance, first the snake and then the dog, here it's called the wolf, but it's the dog, as the wolf is the ancestor of the dog. So here it means you can be betrayed by a trusted person. Usually the dog is someone loyal, a friend, trusted, but then if there is a snake first, it can show betrayal by a trusted person. And then if you have, for instance, the snake, the heart, or the stork, it can mean here that complex emotions leading to personal transformation. So this is an example of the complex emotions I was mentioning. The snake and the heart together show complexity, and then the stork shows transformation. And it can also have like a practical meaning. For instance, where did I lose my wallet or something like that? And then you get a snake. It means it can be twisted in some wires or some cables or some ropes, something that's twisting and curling. Also, to describe a woman, if you have the snake, let's say to describe a woman and you just think about physical characteristics, you're not thinking, okay, she's a snake. You are just asking, okay, give me some physical characteristic for this woman. And then you get a woman and a snake. The snake can show that she has curly hair. I'm going to give you another example, a longer one this time. So if we were to use 9 cards to create an explanation or a description of a situation and also to integrate some advice. Let's say we get the rider, the clover, the tower, crossroads, moon, snake, tree, heart, and sun. So the rider and the clover, the first 2 cards would show unexpected good news. And then the tower would show there is some sort of involvement from an authority figure. And then the crossroads and the moon show an emotional decision. And then it's going to be influenced by the next card, by the snake, which is hidden challenges. And then at the end, we have the tree, the heart, and the sun. So that shows growth, love, and ultimate success. It's amazing to have a card like the sun at the end of the reading because it shows a bright future. So that's about it for today. I hope you're enjoying this series. It's exciting to teach something new like this. I'm also working on a manual and I'm gonna do a Lenormand mini course in March. Stay tuned for more details. And until then, let's meet next week for another video. See you soon. Bye.